So this is Ian R. Crane. It's around noon on Thursday 29th of May 2014. So it looks like today could well be day one of the Crawberry Hill campaign. Now this is very different from the previous campaigns and the blockades at Balcombe and at Barton Moss, because the exploratory well here at Crawberry Hill has already been drilled. So the pad is established, and the well was drilled by Rathlin Energy with very little local awareness. Fortunately, that has been changed dramatically over the last few weeks as the community protection camp has become established, and they've been getting around to the local villages raising awareness of this process. So Rathlin Energy are planning to drop 15,000 gallons of hydrochloric acid at a 15% solution into this well to do what they call a mini frack. The reality is, of course, that it is still a frack. So this is day one. There's something in the region of probably about 20 police here, and probably about half that in terms of the protectors. So let's see how things unfold. From here, from this vertical section, there was a horizontal section all around the
What's your name anyway?
Ian.
Ian, alright. As soon as that gets to this,
Yeah.
we'll have to move.
Okay, I'm good. No worries.
Alright. Try and stay to the Virgin, please.
Yeah.
Guys, you do realise they can't go that way, so no right turn. If you look at the sign up behind us, it's a no right
Ian,
turn
just
sign.
move over to the Virgin.
So this is Humberside police, obviously carrying out their responsibilities as the corporate enforcers for Rathlin Energy. So this is the access to the West Newton site, where we understand that there have been 2 arrests earlier today. So obviously, you know, this location is pretty much in the middle of nowhere. It's in the East Riding, and no doubt that the East Humberside or East Yorkshire police, Humberside police here, feel that they will pretty much have the upper hand. It's been very interesting to see how things unfold over the next few weeks. Hi.
You're not going to have to leave that on the highway, okay?
Leave what?
Your tripod.
Okay. And why was that?
Because it's against the law.
Really? Okay. I wasn't blocking anything. If anything had come, I would have moved.
It's not the point. It's causing obstruction. It's against the law to deposit anything on
Okay.
the highway to cause an obstruction. You were already causing an
Okay,
obstruction.
actually,
whether you realised it or not.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just telling you.
So why are you actually blocking the road here?
Are you clear on my instructions?
Well, why are you blocking the road? Why are you blocking the road?
Why are you over speaking to me?
Sorry?
You're over talking to me. I want to know if you understand the instruction.
I comprehend, but I do not understand. So,
Can you explain the difference to me?
yeah, well, you know very well the difference. So why are you actually blocking the
You
road?
can overtalk me then, I don't need to speak to you, do I?
Why are you blocking the road?
I love.
Right, so I'm going to take a walk.
You guys have got a choice here to make. Either
If
allow
you
us to walk down
infringe
slowly,
them travelling at a slower pace than they would leave this normally, therefore it is a willful obstruction of the
don't care.
highway.
I couldn't give a
well,
shit.
that's what I'm telling you. You slow them down,
will slow
you
them
could
down.
potentially face arrest as willful
I'll add it to my
obstruction.
long list, alright?
Right,
Don't worry
I'm
about
just
that.
telling you,
Well,
you've
you're
been
stopping
warned.
us 3 hours.
Can I just ask a question? Are you familiar with the CPS guidelines for arrests at peaceful protest?
They are guidelines, and that's what's in
Yeah, they are
place.
guidelines.
What we're
Yeah.
there to do.
So the reality is that as has been proven to be the case.
But I was answering the gentleman's question
but I'm
about
asking-
slowing the vehicles down, and that was what the issue was, so I've answered that question.
But the follow-on question to that is about the CPS guidelines.
And they are guidelines.
They are indeed.
And
So
that's
do you
it.
follow those
They are
guidelines?
guidelines.
Do you follow those guidelines?
All I'm saying is they are guidelines.
But do you follow those guidelines?
They are guidelines.
So you acknowledge those guidelines?
They are guidelines, and that's what they are, laid down by the CPS. As there are many guidelines throughout the law of the country.
So in other words, any arrest is effectively intimidatory.
Now you're talking
It is
about,
intimidatory.
Now you're talking about arrest, you're not talking about CPS guidelines.
Well, I am, because if you don't follow the guidelines, then
Yes,
obviously
lay down the arrest guidelines.
No.
who lays down the arrest guidelines?
They're in government, they're acts of
No,
parliament, they're statutes.
it's actually the ACPO, but
The Association of Chiefs of Police Officers.
Yeah, the Association of Chief Police Officers.
Protesting up here then.
We're not preventing you from peacefully protesting. You asked me the question earlier about slowing the vehicles down and walking across the
That's a protest and that's a legal right we have.
Yes, but you also have you've got a legal obligation to let those vehicles pass at their normal speed to allow departing the
So the
site.
question is then, if we slow those vehicles down,
Yep.
are you going to allow us to have our peaceful protest?
You can still conduct peaceful protest.
So if we slow those vehicles down, will you arrest us?
Under, and I'll answer that question again, you are unable to slow those vehicles down because therefore it is a willful obstruction of the highway.
Okay, so then how does
You're
it work
asking me
then?
if that-
How does it work then? We did it in Bolcombe, no issues whatsoever. We did it in Barton Moss just a while ago, no issues. We were allowed to slow walk these vehicles down and out, and that was allowed. And even the judge ruled that it was, that is part of our human rights in this country to protest. So you're now saying
You're
that
now
we can't
talking
do that.
about human rights. You're bringing in
It is
different.
human
This
rights.
is human rights. This is all about.
it's not a one-dimensional. It's not a one-dimensional issue, is it?
No,
It is a human right to
What we're
protest.
saying is, you asked me about slowing the vehicles.
Yes, slow walking them out.
Yes, which we're saying, if you do that, that is a willful obstruction of
Yeah.
those vehicles exiting this road.
No one mentioned about arresting.
Oh my! No,
All I'm saying is it's a willful obstruction of the highway.
Okay, so let's just assume then I made the natural progression that on the basis that you consider that anything that slows the vehicles down from actually getting out of this road at their normal pace,
There are crimes happening anywhere.
then the natural progression for that is that you would then resort to
Only
arrest.
if there were repeated warnings. If we warned you and said, would you stop doing what you were doing, and you did, that's fine. There's no issue with that. However, if you continue doing that, then that would be in where the offence comes in. I think. We give every opportunity.
Okay.
Give every opportunity.
At which point, that's when the human rights
I want to give you every
legislation
opportunity.
kicks
And
in.
again, that's once the law kicks in, is you want to know once the warnings have been given, should you not heed the warning, then potentially, as an option, we've got the options for arrest.
You have the option, absolutely. And then what it comes down to then is whether or not that's simply intimidatory, as is proven to be the case at Walkham and Manchester, where the case. Hey, how you doing?
Aye, aye.
Yeah. Well, what took you so long?
We've had a couple of trains on the way. You almost come straight down, did you?
We were following the security guys who were desperately trying to lose us.
Were they?
Do you think Humberside has enough police to take care of two locations simultaneously? I think you'll pull them in from elsewhere.
Mutual aid again.
Mutual aid, yeah. I don't know.
Can you make sure if you do mutual aid, I want to see the GMP really quick.
So this has got to be the most action West Newton's seen in a long time.
I think you're probably right. Right, okay.
So this is a little overkill.
Probably not to answer that, but
No. I think you've got one policeman for every protector that's here right now.
Cars queuing up that way, Sarge. What are we doing, fellas? Might be able to get to load your bikes down there. Okay, go just get up and walk and start. Okay, just start. Might be an idea. Park it down
Yeah.
Just come across towards me. Carefully catch the trailer, touch the corner as well.
I got him. Thank you.
Just the rain's fell anyway.
It has so far, yeah. Nothing happened the last few days.